Hey y'all, I have real estate tea. Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley in Real Life. I'm so excited to do this video for you guys because it's so funny. If you've been following my Instagram since last year when I first started breaking into real estate, I started doing these videos where I would say like, oh, I have real estate tea, and just break the news to everybody about what was really going on in the real estate industry as it relates to Georgia or Metro Atlanta. But it was so difficult doing the videos because when I would do those videos, they would be at minimum like 7-8 minutes long, and I was only posting them on TikTok, and then I started posting them on Instagram. And of course, we all know I had to condense the videos to be like 60 seconds, sometimes maybe 90 seconds. And I always would be like, oh my gosh, I had so many people who like the video or would reach out to me being like, you need to make this like longer, or like we need more information. And I'm like, I know, but like I have to break it down into parts or whatever. And I was just like, I need to deliver this content via a long video, and I need a YouTube channel to do that. So that's why I'm here, and I'm here to bring you the real estate tea. And I figured that it was best to kind of start with what is going on in the market, because that is the number one question when it comes to real estate. If you are an agent, broker, whoever, if you even tell people you are remotely in real estate, they always go, well, how's the market? And I'm gonna be talking about it today. I just wanna make a disclaimer that when I'm talking in this video, I am referencing Metro Atlanta, which encompasses 12 to 15 counties. And also another disclaimer is make sure you do your own due diligence and make sure you do your research. But yeah, let's get into it. So let's get into it. So everybody wants to know, what's tea with the market? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Should I sell my home? Should I buy a house? Oh my God, everything's so expensive. The average home is like 400,000, da, da, da. And the reality is facts. We're just gonna go off facts and data. Technically, it is a seller's market by data. The data says that if there's, I believe, four months or more of supply of inventory of homes, that means that it is a buyer's market. If it's less than that, that means it's a seller's market. And right now there's about an average of 3 months of inventory of homes on the market. Now, even though that makes the market technically a seller's market, the buyers still hold a lot of power. I think the biggest thing that I noticed when I was doing my research is that homes that were on the market that did not have any kind of price adjustment, they were just priced right, those homes sold for 100% of list price, and they closed within about 10 days. Versus the homes that had to have multiple price reductions or price increases or whatever the case may be, their homes only closed for about 92% of asking, and their home sat on the market for about 4 months. So at the end of the day, if the price is right, the buyers are gonna spend the money. If the price is wrong, sellers, put your moving boxes to the side because you're not going anywhere. I think a lot of times when people think about the market and what's going on today, I think we also have like that traumatizing memory of COVID, where like literally a house would go on the market and same day it would be gone. It'd be under contract. They'd close within 7 days. I remember at the time before I got my license, I was working at a restaurant and people were literally coming in for the day, and they were like, we're just here to find a home. If we find a home, say if we like it, we're writing an offer, like we're closing within 7 days. Like shit was crazy. And I think that the market that we're in, it's not necessarily that, like I said, it's like, oh, it's a seller's market, it's a buyer's market. I think that the market is just going like this, like it's rebalancing itself. We're not seeing overpriced homes. If your home is not priced right, you're not getting the sale. That's what the data says. Another thing that I thought was very interesting that I think that people do need to pay attention to is the fact that yes, home prices are increasing. Just looking over the last 90 days, and I'm not counting June because we don't have June stats, so I'm going from May, April, and March. In March, the average median home prices was about $452,000 versus at the end of May, that median home price was about $485,000, which is about a 7% increase. So that is something that I think that we need to all pay attention to, is that the average home price in Metro Atlanta is steadily increasing. But that does not mean that there are not affordable options out there. You just have to do a little bit more due diligence and also expand your search a lot more. If you are reducing yourself to just wanting to be in a particular school district, or you want to be, within 10 minutes of something in particular, you might find yourself paying a little bit more than what you could, but it's all good. Now let's get into the data. So going back to talking about March through May, the market did have a nice improvement. In March, the closed sales was about 3,400. By the end of May, closed sales were at about 3,800. We know that the average home price increased, and also the days on market also increased, going from 57 days in March to about 27 days in May, which is less than a month. Now, there is a shift in the market, and I think that we need to talk about it. And the shift is buyers. Earlier in the video, I said that buyers have more power, and it's because they do. First and foremost, people are running the numbers, okay? If the math ain't mathin', the deal is not closing. And I think that a lot of buyers learned from that 2021 market, how everything was so volatile. Like, that is not the case anymore. So while yes, sellers have leverage because there is less inventory, buyers are still calling the shots. In May, over 69% of homes closed with seller concessions, totaling about $8,000, meaning that sellers knew they had to open up their pocketbooks too and throw some money on the table so they can get this deal closed. And for having an average about $8,000 likely means that people were paying for repairs or paying for their agent's, commission and things like that. Like, buyers have the power. Affordability is also changing. People are not willing to spend on something that doesn't make sense. Why would somebody go and spend $800,000 on a new build when they can buy a resale home and negotiate with that seller and get the dream home that they are actually really looking for? There is power in negotiation. I think something else that I noticed when it comes to this market is the power of negotiation. And now in real estate, we know nothing is set in stone, everything is negotiable. But in this market, negotiation is the name of the game. Now, I'm going to talk to my sellers for a little bit because I've been saying that the buyers got the power, the buyers got the power. Sellers, you have the power as well. You have the power to make sure your home goes on the market at a reasonable price and be realistic and be open. Listen, at the end of the day, we all have a common goal. You're trying to sell your house. Somebody needs a place to live. It's really that simple. Don't make it a problem, okay? Don't be problematic. Don't be a homeowner, be a home seller. And what I mean by that is, don't be so aggressively attached. Don't be like, put in, a butter yellow wall and it has this cute little thing and they don't appreciate it. You're right, they don't care. They don't care about something that's sentimental to you. They care about their pockets. Just like you as a seller, you care about your pockets. You want to make a profit too. Be a home seller. Get your house in order. Declutter your home. Yeah, declutter your home. You know if your house needs to be painted. Okay? Throw some paint on the walls, okay? Go on Task, grab it. Ask your realtor if they have any recommendations. Be a home seller. Do not be a homeowner. And what I mean by that is, do not get so overly attached and emotional to your house that you get in the way of selling your house and make a profit. It is really that simple. And be open to negotiation. Just because a buyer is asking you, hey, can you give me 1% to 2% of my agent's commission, or can you throw in a new appliances? You got it. Now, some of y'all don't got it, and I understand it, and I'm not talking to y'all, but the ones that got it, you can get a new appliance. You know that there is a crack in this. You know that the door is falling off the hinges. Like, be a home seller. Do what you need to do within reason to get your home sold in 10 days. So that way you can go live La Vida Loca in your new house, or you can go travel and do whatever you want to. Don't put yourself in a position where now your agent's having to make multiple price reductions. The data has not lied. Your home will sit on the market for 4 more months. And I know that because I had a friend that had a home that went up for sale in her community, and the home was overpriced. From they put it on the market, I was like, this is overpriced. Even though it was technically teetering into that luxury price point, I still was like, this is overpriced. That home sat on the market for over a year. That home had about 5 price reductions. 5. I am not joking. The only reason why I'm not telling y'all where it is because I don't want y'all to look it up and I don't want those people to come for me. But that home had about 5 price reductions. Finally sold for I think like a crazy amount less. Like they sold for like significantly less. And I was talking to my friend about it and I was just like, they mispriced their home. They thought that this was 2021. They thought that, you know, all the air quotes, bells and whistles in their home would support the value. And here's the thing. A lot of times we think that because we did a nice decorative wall or we put up some fluted wood panels in our home, that will increase the value of the home. And it will not. It just won't. So please, like I said, don't be a homeowner, be a home seller, do what you need to do and get your home on the market. And again, the data does not lie. If the price is right, the moving truck will be in your driveway within 10 business days, okay? Do the right thing, get your home off the market. It's really that simple. Now, a little bit of advice for the buyers, be strategic. Do your budget, run the numbers, get pre-approved, okay? Run those numbers. And when I say run the numbers, yes, I want you to get pre-approved. There should not be anybody looking at any houses doing anything until you have got with a lender and you have completed an application. I am not talking about going on those home search sites and putting in a few numbers that you have fluctuated. I am talking about going to a lender's application, getting your tax documents, your pay stubs, you know, whatever, if you're an entrepreneur, tax return, whatever it is, submitting those documents, having it kind of go through like a pre-underwritten process and getting a formal letter from a lender saying, based on XYZ, this is your budget. You should not be looking at homes. You should not be doing anything until you have that. Now, once you get that pre-approval, that is not an open invitation to go and blow that entire budget. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna blow that entire budget and you're gonna move in and you're gonna realize that you ain't got no money, okay? Be strategic. If you get pre-approved for $400,000, now I know I said that median home price in Metro Atlanta is $485,000. That does not mean that every single home you come across is gonna run you about $500,000, okay? Do your research. Let's be clear, the average home price for the state of Georgia, because let's remember, the Metro Atlanta only encompasses, I believe it's 15 counties, okay? It's only 15 counties. The average home price in the state of Georgia is still well under $400,000. I believe it's at like $370 right now. Though yes, the price is steadily increasing, there are still so many opportunities where you can find a home that's affordable. There are still homes that are under $300,000. There are still homes that are under $350,000. There are homes that are under $400,000. Like, there are options. You just have to do your due diligence. You just have to look. And yes, you may not be able to live in Buckhead, boo. I'm sorry. You may not be able to live on the Beltline. I'm sorry. You may have to live 20 to 30 minutes outside of the city. And remember, we live in the capital of Georgia. I am talking from a place of being in Atlanta. Metro Atlanta, there are lots of opportunities. And also, figure out what you want your lifestyle to be, because sometimes you think like, oh, especially if you're coming from up north, like us New Yorkers, you think about moving down south, you're like, oh, I can get a mansion for pennies. And like, arguably you can, but you might realize that I actually don't want a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom house. I actually am good with a condo, or I'm actually good with a townhome. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many different opportunities there where you can find affordable housing. In addition to that, there are tons. When I say tons, I mean tons of programs that can help buyers out. There are programs where you literally don't have to come to the table with a dime. Closing costs paid. deposit paid for, closing costs paid. Like, you're literally just moving in the house. There are programs that will give you renovation loan money. Let's say you want to refurbish a home. Like, there are programs that can help you with that. Like, there are so many incentivized programs to help buyers become first-time home buyers, to help people who already are homeowners get their house in order to get on the market. So just do your due diligence, work with your agent, don't work against them. And also, you need to get off social media, and you also need to stop talking to your uncle that bought a house in 1998. And I'm gonna tell you why. Social media has got us fucked up. I'm sorry, pardon my French. Oh my gosh, I cussed. Newsflash. That's why I said this is actually in real life, because I'm gonna say what I have to say. Social media has y'all messed up. Social media has y'all thinking that you can get all this, that, and the third for $2. Social media has y'all thinking that you have to get all this in a bag of chips for $2. Like, social media has completely changed everybody's mind, and it is making the real estate market kind of like unbearable, because design trends are changing at an alarming rate. People see something and they're like, oh my God, that's so out of touch, or oh, that's blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, it's not. This just became a trend like a year ago. Back in the day, trends used to last like years, and now everything is like gone with the wind. Be for real, okay? As a buyer, be effing for real. Do what makes sense for you. Don't look on social media at the person that just bought a $500,000 home and it has this like European aesthetic. Don't look at that, because one, you don't know what that person did to get that home. You don't know if they're in debt to get that home. You don't know if they had to ask 30 different people to get that home. Like, you just don't know the scenario, okay? Pay attention to what your goals are. Pay attention to what you want and go after that. Do not compare your home buying journey to somebody else, and especially do not compare your home buying journey to your cousin or your uncle that bought a house in 1998, because things are way different. Okay, it's been 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't compare yourself to other scenarios that are very unrealistic in today's market. So just remember that when you're going out in the market, and also give yourself grace. This is the largest transaction that you will likely do in your life. Even if you're buying a second home, it is the largest transaction that you are doing. So just give yourself grace, be flexible, be open, and run those numbers, okay? So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, I'm so excited to be back doing these videos and telling y'all what the real estate tea is. And once we get the market numbers out for June, I will be doing a Q2 wrap, and we will talk about what went on in Q2 and what we can expect for the rest of the year. But as always, if you like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so excited that you're here. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.